Welcome to Nazism and the Rise of Hitler, part 2. In part 1, we saw about how Nazism came into being. We saw about Helmut's story, Goebbels' story, and due to the verdict of International Military Tribunal, Goebbels suicided along with his family. All these started with First World War with the Treaty of Versailles, which was harsh and humiliating peace. Germany was held responsible for the loss suffered by Allies. In this lesson, we are going to see about the Great Depression, financial, or we can call economic Great Depression, happened in USA, which reflected very badly on Germany, and we will also see about the Hitler's rise to power. Germany had fought the war largely on loans and had to pay war reparations in gold. Germany fell behind on its reparation payments in 1922. The Ruhr region was occupied by France and Belgium, weakening Germany's economy even more. To pay the workers, German government printed more money, which caused and hyperinflation. With too much printed money in circulation, the value of German mark fell. As the value of mark collapsed, prices of goods soared. The image of Germans carrying cartload of currency notes to buy a loaf of bread was widely publicized. It is known as hyperinflation. Hyperinflation is a term to describe the rapid, excessive, and out of control general price increase in an economy. When prices rise up more than 50% of a month, people stop using their currency. Prices shoot up on a daily basis. People start hoarding basic products. Eventually, the Americans intervened and bailed Germany out of the crisis by introducing Dawes Plan, which reworked the terms of reparation to ease the financial burden on Germans. German investments and industrial recovery were totally dependent on short-term loans, largely from the USA. This support was withdrawn when the Wall Street Exchange crashed in 1929. This is the beginning of Great Economic Depression. What is Great Economic Depression? It is the worldwide economic downturn that began in 1929 and lasted until about 1939. It was the longest and most severe depression ever experienced by the industrialized Western world, sparking fundamental changes in economic institution, macroeconomic policy, and economic theory. On one single day, 24th October, 13 million shares were sold. Over the Next 3 years, between 1929 and 1932, the national income of USA fell by half. Factories were shut down, exports fell, farmers were badly hit, and speculators withdrew their money from the market. The effect of this recession in the US economy were felt worldwide. The economic crisis created deep anxieties and fear in people. The fear of proletarianization and anxiety of being reduced to the ranks of the working class, or worse still, the unemployed. The German economy was the worst hit by the economic crisis. By 1932, industrial production was reduced to 40% of the 1929 level. Workers lost their job or were paid reduced wages. The number of unemployed touched an unprecedented 6 million. The factories were closed and the people were willing to do any work. People lost confidence in democratic parliamentary system, which seemed to offer no solution. So they started to revolt. The Weimar Republic crushed the uprising with the help of a war veterans organization called Free Corps. Germany's lack of expected funding hit both the public and private sectors. The German government did little to end this. It did not want to print more money due to the fear of hyperinflation, and also legal restrictions from the Davos and Young plants stopped it doing so. Only organized workers could manage the economic situation. Even then, they were also weakened because of more of unemployment. Big business was in crisis. The last mass of peasantry was affected by sharp fall in agricultural prices, and women were unable to fill their children's stomach. Politically too, the Weimar Republic was fragile. The Weimar Constitution had some inherent defects which made it unstable and vulnerable to dictatorship. Another defeat was Article 48, which gave the president the power to impose emergency, suspend civil rights, and rule by decree. Within a short period, Weimar Republic changed 20 cabinets in 239 days. And liberal use of Article 48, yet another crisis to manage. Let us now see how did Hitler rise to power. Hitler was born in 1889 in Austria. When the First World War broke out, he enrolled for the army. First, he acted as a messenger, then became a corporal and earned medals for bravery. After the defeat of Germany in First World War, which horrified Hitler. So in 1919, he joined a small group called the German Workers' Party. He subsequently took over the organization and renamed it as National Socialist German Workers' Party. And this party came to be known as the Nazi Party. In 1923, Hitler planned to seize the control of Bavaria. He marched to Berlin to capture power, but he failed and was arrested and tried for treason. The Nazis could not effectively mobilize popular support till early 1930. It was the Great Depression that Nazism became a mass movement. Nazis' propaganda stirred hopes of a better future. In 1928, the Nazi Party got no more than 2.6% votes in Reichstag, the German parliament. But by 1932, it had become the largest party with a 37% vote. Let us now understand how did Hitler rise to power. The reasons became popular in Germany by 1930. So it was anger and humiliation due to defeat in World War I by the people. Then in political crisis, it was Article 48 and weak Weimar Republic. So as per political crisis, we could see that the Great Depression, inflation, unemployment. And Hitler was a powerful speaker. His passion and his words moved people. He promised to build a strong nation, undo the justice of the Versailles Treaty, and restore the dignity of the German people. He promised employment for those looking for work and secure future for the youth. He promised to weed out all foreign influences and resist all foreign conspiracies against Germany. So we could see that all these helped Hitler to come to power. The Great Depression, the weakness of the Weimar government, Hitler's leadership, Hitler's policy, his propaganda style, then support grew quickly for Hitler. Help from the right-wing conservatives also added to his rise of power. Hitler devised a new style of politics. He understood the significance of rituals and spectacle in mass mobilization. Nazis held massive rallies and public meetings to demonstrate the support for Hitler and instill a sense of unity among the people. The red banners with swastika, the Nazi salute, and the rituals rounds of applause after the speeches were all part of this spectacle of power. Hitler as a messiah, a savior, as someone who had arrived to deliver people from their distress.